Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. I want to say shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel, who endure all things for. Shalom to all the Akim, few sisters that believe on Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, unto the bitter end. I say once again, shalom. Like the title says, the people are tired of being oppressed by wicked rulers. And that's where we are in 2026 with everything that's being exposed in mainstream media. And not just mainstream media, we're also talking about social media. Social media has fully exposed the wickedness that the elites, quote unquote, that happen to do or be doing behind closed doors. And starting with our elders and our apostles who've been laboring for a very long time. They've been telling everybody on this earth what has been the truth for decades upon decades. And now people are finally saying that what our elders have been saying for time after time has been the truth. That the wicked people that are in rulership right now, they have been there for a very long time. And nobody's really going to do anything against them except for those who are supposed to bring righteous judgment upon this earth. And that's going to be those that are predestined and guaranteed to receive salvation. And that is the elect of the nation of Israel. And the nation of Israel consists of so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And contrary to popular belief, the Holy Bible are your books. Everything that's written in the scriptures is for you. It's not for nobody else. And the reason why you're going through turmoil, hurt, being at the bottom of society is because you disobeyed your power, the God of the Holy Bible, all 80 books. And here we are fighting against one of the worst evils known to mankind. And that is Satan and his people, which happen to be the Edomites, the Idumeans, that are currently ruling Babylon the Great and throughout the four corners of the earth in unrighteousness. That's why everybody's tired. That's why everybody's fed up. And it's only increasing day by day because, again, we have the internet in the palm of our hands. People are on X, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat. Many of these various social media sites have shown that what's been done in the dark is currently coming to light. And we understand, and just based on what I see online, people are just fed up as hell. Shalom to Angel Padilla, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Barakatah, brother. People are fed up. All I read online is people saying, yo, we gotta come together and form some type of union in the United States and throughout the world, because this can't go on forever. The eating of children, the abuse of children, the ritualistic sacrifices that take place throughout the shores of America. And we just recently had Lupercalia, which today is known as Valentine's Day. It just passed. Best believe kids were being sacrificed on that day. And just like in the ancient Roman festival, again, Lupercalia, wickedness was just rampant during that time. Anything went. And today, it's only worse. Like it says in 2nd Ezra 14 that during Ezra's time, it was bad, but even now, in the time we're in today, it's way worse than it has ever been. And because of that, the Lord has to make his second appearance, because it's going to require divine intervention to put out the wickedness that's being done all over this earth. And we're not going to do anything physically right now, because what we're focused on is doing the spiritual attacks on this wicked, evil world and exposing the darkness and not concealing it. This is Ephesians 6. And 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. And we put on the law, statutes, and commandments, the righteousness of the Heavenly Father and his only begotten Son, and faith first and foremost, because that's what's most important. Because we cannot continue to abide by this society and its ridiculous rules, its guidelines, and its so-called morale, which there is no morality in Babylon the Great. Whatever feels good, you simply do it according to this world. And you have to follow your heart. On top of that, Shalom to Malak La'ab, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Barakatah, brother. There's no way the Lord is okay with none of this going on, including us. And again, even the average Babylonian can see that there's so much wickedness on this earth that it's pissing them off. Again, just go online. People are talking about unifying, getting together, seeing all the Epstein files that's being released. And for some reason, people don't want to do anything. They want to act like what was just released to the public is not a big deal. And then recently, if I'm not mistaken, in Nepal, they recently had a revolution. And we're talking about Generation Zers, people that were born after 1997, and they were able to overthrow their own government. But in Babylon the Great, they don't want to do jack shit. They don't want to do nothing. And that's very telling. 2 Timothy 2:3, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushai Hamashiach. And that's what we have to do. That's mandatory. And what's the main number one characteristic of a soldier? Being selfless. Thinking about the next person. And we're thinking about Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, putting them at the forefront of our day. And I have to speak for myself as well. Being selfless means to put someone else in front of you and not yourself. And this world has the whole concept of being humble completely backwards. They think that being humble means, to put your head down, have your posture all messed up, your shoulders forward, being scared of confrontation. That's not humility. That's just called being weak. Humility is not thinking less of yourself. It's thinking of yourself less. That's why when Moses was told that he was the most humble man ever that Yahweh had to deal with, is because he was obeying the Lord. Very plain and very easy to understand. Let's keep going, and we have to do that more than ever. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And all the spiritual wickedness that this world, really, what these quote-unquote elites, the Illuminati, have been doing in the dark for quite some time now, it's all being released. All of it. Even people who said that what we said was not true, it was just conspiracy theories. These people said all types of things about the truth that we are actually saying, starting with our apostles, our elders, and currently on us right now. We're telling y'all what's going on behind the left-hand side scenes, and now all of a sudden y'all want to believe what we said. And there's even people who've been talking about this for quite some time, and they have been finally feeling some form of vindication. And it's because the Lord is bringing forth all the wickedness out, exposing all the evils that done in the dark before he makes his second arrival. And the spirit of Yahushai is just being magnified all across the earth more and more. Verse 4, no man that warreth entangled himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be a soldier. And we can't remain entangled with the affairs of this life. Again, the people are mourning, liars are being propagated, wickedness is exalted, the people are lost. Everything is simply just backwards in this current world. So for any of us to find some form of love or try to fit in this society, it makes no sense because we're not at that time. I was thinking about it. Growing up, you would buy potato chips for like 25 cents or potato chips for 50 cents. They don't do that shit no more. Growing up, that was a thing, but now it's like if you want a bag of potato chips, it's like $1, $1.50. It's probably even $3 for now. I haven't touched any potato chips like that, like 25 cents, 50 cents in a very long time. But the way this economy is, there's no way they're still selling 25-cent chips. I highly doubt it. And it has to be very rare if that's going on still to this day. Verse 5, and if a man also strive for masteries, yet is he not crowned, except he strive lawfully. Exactly. And we have to fight the good fight of faith in order. Because we can't just do whatever we want. That's a given. The Lord expects us to do what it is that He expects us to do, which is keep the commandments, have faith, and endure to the end. And the people of this world, they don't know nothing about that. And they might be a Christian. They might know a few precepts, a few scriptures here and there. Some things in Mark, Matthew, Luke, and John. But then they negate the rest of the prophecies, or they don't even know about the prophecies written in the scriptures. And that's only for whomever the elect are, is to have that understanding. Reading on, wherefore take unto you the whole arm of Yahweh, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth. And what's the truth? Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. The man who comes in the volume of the book is the truth, and what he stood for, and what we have to follow in his footsteps. And having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. And that's the good news. And the good news is we're going to receive salvation. Adawan Ratazak, myself, and Akim that continue to believe and have faith until the bitter end of this captivity, because it is a very bitter place. And the scripture says in the book of Sirach, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, it does say it. I think it's Sirach 31. Death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness. And America will make you bitter, but all we have to do, being this faith, is continue to meditate on the things that are spiritual, because this whole society is geared towards the flesh and the things pertaining to the flesh. So what we have to do is continue to remain faithful in a world that's gravitating towards wickedness. And even the average Babylonian, even as wicked as they are, they know that this world is just not it. There's no way that this is the end all be all for everybody on earth. It's bad. I got this, 2nd Ezra 15 and 6. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. The hurtful works have already gotten to that limit, man. The Lord has made it so clear to everybody with the eyes to see that the harvest is ready. And that harvest is death, mourning, disasters, judgment. Because nobody on this earth cares really about righteousness. They might say, oh, I'm a good person. I've never done any wrong. No, you've done a lot of wrong in your life, and you don't want to consider that the servants have been telling you all time and time again. Get girded up, because what's coming on the left-hand side is going to consume you completely. 2nd Ezra 6 and 25. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world. And there's gonna come a time, like it says in the Wisdom of Solomon 5, that this is the person we were mocking and scorning. and saying all types of manner of shit, like just blatantly disrespectful stuff. They're gonna look up and they're gonna see that there's a bunch of men and women literally going through a what people would call a UFO, being taken up into a chariot of the Lord. And those are the same people that they had a whole problem with since we came out of Egypt, which are you Israelites. Verse 26, and the men that are received shall see it, who have not tasted death from their birth, and the heart of the inhabitants shall be changed and turned into another meaning, for evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. And we're in that time. Evil's being put out, is being exposed. The people are tired of this world, because this world is not life. It's not actually reaping towards life. And the Torah is all about the preservation of life. It's all about magnifying life. And this world just wants to reap towards death. Again, they're contrary to the first 5 books of Moses. They have a problem with Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. That's the main problem to them. As for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which hath been so long without fruit, shall be declared, and is being declared in front of our very eyes. And if you can't receive it, I don't know what to tell you, to be quite frank. If you can't see it, then the Lord really doesn't care about you, because the signs are there. The prophecies are unfolding. And for anybody to think that things are just going to go on forever as it is, you're sadly mistaken, and you're not in the right spirit at all. Because, again, there's a mass exposition going on the internet via social media. And if you can't see that there is an exposing going on, and you just think it's a joke, keep it up. Because the Lord, again, he said he was going to expose all the wickedness going on. Everything that's done in the dark will come to light eventually. And there's no way that wickedness is going to remain forever on this earth. No way. Because this whole earth is out of course. The people are out of course. The laws are out of course. No way. Let me get this. This shouldn't be too long, by the way. I felt in the spirit to get on here. Isaiah 31:1. Destruction to them that go down to Egypt for help, and stay on horses, and trust in chariots, because they are many, and in horsemen, because they are very strong. But they look not unto the Holy One of Israel, neither seek Yahweh. And for you to think that the things that are created on this earth somehow is going to protect you, like the United States military, the police force, the army, the Air Force, private militias, all types of artillery and different groups that are ready to cause violence on this earth are going to protect you in some type of way. That's not happening. Everybody's out for themselves. That's where we are right now. And it's because the love of many shall wax cold. And that was prophesied by the Messiah. People are far gone from being full of empathy, sympathy. It's evil. And we're in evil times. And the Lord said it, all these things would be happening in the last days. And we are in those last days. We are in the waxing cold phase. We're actually there. That's the cold part about it. And again, everything's coming to light. Let me get this. Ephesians 5:11. And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. And that's what we were commissioned to do. Everything that goes on that's wicked, we speak on it, and we have no dealings with them at all. For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret. Yeah, it's disgusting. It's abominable. They're doing sodomite acts. They're doing idolatry. All types of lasciviousness and fornication, going behind closed doors. It's nasty. It's a very evil society. Again, and for you to want to be a part of this world and everything that goes on here, you have to question your spirit, for real. Again, for it is a shame to even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret. But all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light. For whatsoever doth make manifest is light. Wherefore he saith, Awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Hamashiach shall give thee light. And we've been woken up. We've been woken up. We have the spiritual eyes to see, the spiritual ears to hear. We understand that this book of the law and the other things that are written in other books is for the nation of Israel, nobody else. And those things were sealed until the time of the end, and we're at the end, and the books are open in the firmament. It's only those who are supposed to receive this truth and continue to endure are going to understand. Nobody else is going to understand this, and that's why we don't care about this world and the people in it, besides those who are sincere and in the circumcision. Me, myself, I don't give a fuck no more, bro. I'm at that point now. Fuck this world. Respectfully, not even respectfully, disrespectfully, fuck this world. See then that you walk circumspectly, because everybody just full of shit. Like, that's what it really comes down to. No honor, no integrity, just lying. And you got some butthurt Israelites that are just being out of order. You have a butthurt Israelite named Yaharalez Judah Israel. Bro, if you're watching right now, fuck you. Straight up. Out of order for no reason. You're acting like a scorned woman. Disrespectful as hell for no reason, bro. People like you, yo, bro, man. I'm not even gonna entertain you because you're a joke to me. 2 Thessalonians 3:1. Finally, brethren, pray for us that the word of the Lord may have free course and be glorified, even as it is with you. And exactly. And this is what we're doing right now. Spreading the gospel, spreading the good news for the elect of the nation Israel. And we of the hopeful elect are doing our very best to receive salvation in a land filled with gross darkness. In a land that's just completely left-handed, man. It's nasty. And that we may be delivered from unreasonable and wicked men, and the wicked walk on every side. Let me get it, actually. I think this is it. Yeah. They're everywhere. And you got some small hat, filthy, abominable people with the residue of the heathen claiming to be us. Psalms 12:7. Thou shalt keep them, O Yahweh. Thou shalt... No, that's not it. Verse 8. Psalms 12:8. The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted, and the residue of the heathen have a stronghold on Babylon the Great. Amalek, they have to pay harshly, because when it comes to the nation of Edom, you have Edomites like Eliphaz, people that descend from Duke Teman, and all the different dukes of Edom. But the worst one, the one closest to Satan, is Amalek. And they have a stronghold on this earth, really Babylon the Great, and on your own presidents. And that we may be delivered from unreasonable and wicked men, for all men have not faith, and we have faith. But the Lord is faithful, who shall establish you and keep you from evil. And I want to end it out right there, man, because that's what it comes down to. Myself, Akim, few sisters that believe, we just want to be preserved from the evil. I have no interest in being part of Jacob's trouble. I have no interest in any of the wickedness and the disastrous violence that's going to hit this earth. I have no interest in none of that. The day of evil was created for the wicked, and I'm not doing none of that. I don't want no parts of it. Fuck that. Salak for my French. Because again, the people are only waxing worse and worse, and nobody's going to get better except for those within the circumcision that are sincere. The society, it can piss you off, but if we remain in the scriptures, we're good. Have faith, have works, and endure. I'm going to get this and close out. You know, when I read the scriptures, it centers me, just like praying. That's the job of the scriptures and praying, to center you, to stabilize you, strengthen your faith. Proverbs 29:2 in the NLT. When the godly are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked are in power, they groan. And the people are groaning. The earth is groaning. The ground is groaning. The ocean, the lakes, the rivers, everything is tired of this devil, man. Even the devil's own children are tired of them. Shalom to Tawad Judah and Yawanathan, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Barakathan, brothers. The whole earth is tired of the vilest men that are being exalted. We're tired of Edomite supremacy. We're tired of looking at you heathens. We're tired of all the wickedness that continues to be exalted. And it's all crumbling down right now. And it's not going to stop. It's going to be all gas, no brakes. Nobody's going to stop the magnification of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai on this earth. Nobody's going to stop that. It's impossible. Again, righteousness is immortal. The Tawawah, our books, is going to, man, it's too powerful. Nobody's going to stop the Lord and his works. And I'm going to close that out right there by saying, Call Halayim La, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. And say, hey, the water for the priests, brothers, and Shalom.